All right, guys, let's do it. Let's speed run this, shall we? No, we don't have to speed run it, but here we go. Okay, guys, first thing. When you see that it goes x3, x2, and then nothing in a number, there needs to be an x1 there. So when I write it, I'm going to use a 0 right there, okay? Do you guys remember to do that?
No.
So it's 1, -5, 0, -2. And then remember that with this, we take the opposite if it comes from a factor. So it's 4. Okay? So my synthetic division goes like this. Bring the 1 down. 1 times 4 is 4. That's -1. -1 times 4 is -4. That's -4. -4 times -4 is -16. That's -18. So this is not a factor. And the remainder is -18. Okay? Oof.
So it has to equal 0 to be a factor.
Correct. The remainder is 0. Yep. But just don't forget if it's missing any terms to put in like a 0 in place of that. Okay, let's do this next one. The opposite of x plus 2 is -2. And my numbers are 1, -9, 8, and 16. Alright? 1 times -2 is -2, that's -11. -11 times -2 is 22, that's 30. 30 times -2 is -60, and that's 0. So yes, this is a factor because the remainder is 0. Okay? Everybody's good with that, right?
How did you get 0?
Yes, I got 0.
8 negative. I got
22.
Cool.
Not. Okay.
Guys, number 8 is to make our list. Now look at how this goes. The P's are the factors of the last number. Don't worry about if it's plus or minus. So, like if the number is plus or minus, because we put a plus or minus on it anyway. It's plus or minus 1 and 2. The Q's are the first number. That's 1, 2, and 4. And then we just divide everything by 1. So for my list, it's plus or minus 1 divided by 1, 2 divided by 1. I divide everything by 2. That's 1 divided by 2 and 2 divided by 2, which I already have 2 divided by 2, so it's 1. Then I divide everything by 4. That's 1/4, 2/4, which is a half, and so I'm good. That's my list. Okay? Cool.
And that's the...
That's it. That's the answer. You don't have to solve this because it just asks for possibilities.
I like that.
Yeah, we like these ones. Wait. So, okay, for the next one. And factors of 20. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. And the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. So here's my list.
1, 2,
Yep, divide everything by 1.
5,
1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20.
1 over 2, put down.
Yep, so we need 1 over 2. 2 over 2 is already done there. 4 over 2 is already there.
5 over 2.
5 over 2. 10 over 2 is already there. 20 over 2 is already there. There's my list. Now, there's a question like this on your Delta Math that some of you haven't finished that one yet, and the reason that it would mark you wrong when you put this is Delta Math specifically makes you put a plus or minus between every single number. So like plus or minus 1, comma, plus or minus 2, comma, plus or minus 4.
We don't have to do that on the test, right?
Not on the test. It's just a lot of writing, and I know that you know. It means they're all plus or minus. But. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Next. All right. Identify the zeros. First of all, you guys remember we did a whole day on this. This one has 3 because it's x to the third. Possible means my list. You are going to get points for creating your list. Okay. This one is plus or minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. If it's all over 1, you can just write that. Like you don't have to rewrite it twice. So that's cool. Now we start trying them, right? So I try 1.
In this one, we can do Delta Math or no? We
Um,
have to try all of them.
I gotta look it on the test. I'll tell you when we take it.
On this one, I use Delta Math. Sorry about it.
It's side.
Sorry.
I just have to see how fast it comes up because I don't want you doing synthetic for too long. Okay, so -1 would go -1, 0, 0, -14, 14. So that doesn't work.
I feel like after a while my brain would give out.
2 works, right?
Oh man. Nope.
Oh, it's -2?
And -2.
All right. I'm just going to skip to -2.
-2, -3, and 4.
Okay, this works. 1 times -2 is -2, that's -1. -1 times -2 is +2, that's -12. -12 times -2 is 24, that's 0. So I have a solution. So my first solution is this. Okay? Then, you can either do quadratic or factor with what's left. This actually does factor. So I don't have to do quadratic. On your test that you take on Tuesday, I will tell you if it factors or not. Okay? I'll tell you. I'll just be like, this one factors, this one needs quadratic.
So can we not use Desmos on this part then?
I haven't decided yet. I have to look at, like, if it comes up within the first 2 or 3, I'll tell you not to. Otherwise, I'll tell you can. I might let you use Desmos actually, but you still have to show your work. How's that sound?
Deal.
Alright.
Yeah, 'cause, like, I don't
Desmos, but you still got to show your work.
It's like, it's
Okay.
a long list, I don't want to go through like 20.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay.
Wait,
Guys-
is this in the next spot?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's fine. So, yeah, writing in factor form, that could be in the next box. So, you guys, what multiplies to make 20 and subtracts, or 12 and subtracts to make 1? 3 and 4 minus 4 plus 3. So my solutions are +4 and -3. Hey. And if you go to Desmos, you'll see those, but I want to go through all the work and the steps. Yeah, go ahead. Correct. Yeah, go ahead.
If you're using, could you do synthetic division for all of them? Do you have to factor?
You could do synthetic division for all of them if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Okay, if it's factorable.
I finally figured out.
It's a big W. All right. Last 2 questions. Here we go. Guys, 3 came from what factor? X minus 3. -1 came from what factor? 6 came from what factor? There are no conjugates because there's no I. What this point is telling me is if I plug in 0, I should get 36.
Right.
Okay, when I plug in 0, I get -3. Here, 1, -6. Does that equal 36? That equals 18, right?
That means
How do I make that equal 36?
2.
It means that there has to be a 2 right here, and that's my answer. A equals 2, yep.
That's easy.
Yeah, you guys are good at this because we did this pretty recently.
The
Okay.
imaginary numbers are stupid.
I agree.
They're a little bit tricky, but this one's not too bad. All right,
They're fake.
last one. Well, there.
Question, what is the
They are
degree?
not valid.
Was what?
Like this degree thing, like what does that mean? Like on the, like it says degree.
Oh, that tells me how many solutions you have. So right here, 1, 2, 3. This says 3, and I only see 2, which means the other one is a conjugate. Yeah. Okay? So, this one has a conjugate. Okay, you guys, 2, what does it come from?
X minus 2.
-2. 2i, what does it come from?
X minus 2.
And -2i, what does it come from? Plus 2i.
Plus 2i.
Okay, good. Now, the only thing is with the imaginaries, I want you to multiply that out because we just don't want to give our answer with imaginaries in it. So you go off to the side and you do the box. And this is just a 2 by 2 box.
So you only do the ones that are right.
Yep. Ones that have eyes that watch you in the night. Okay? You guys want to try and multiply that?
No,
Let's do it.
How do you write it in like on imaginary?
let us not do it.
Like ix or I squared, just like a regular x, right? Or like a regular variable.
So we multiply it together.
Yep, so x and x.
Leave me alone, Kevin.
Now this last box, you guys, what's positive 2i times negative 2i?
Oh, what?
Negative 4i squared. Multiply, right?
Yeah.
And then the only thing you need to remember is I squared basically changes the sign of anything because I squared is negative 1. So what's negative 4 times negative 1? So you like cross that out, get rid of the I and change it to a plus 4. And then you guys,
The other two cancel.
the other two cancel. So what's the only thing that's left? X squared plus 4. Very good. You guys got this. So I come back over here. X squared plus 4. X minus 2. There could be a number right here, I'm not sure. Now this time the point is 313. So what that tells me is if I plug in 3, I should get 13.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright,
Or
if I plug in 3 right here, what's 3 minus 2?
6.
1. If I plug in 3, 9 plus 4 is 13. Does 1 times 13 equal 13?
And then what happens to that? Is it just
A equals
Then
1.
A is just 1, yep. And then we can just go, okay, it's cool, A is 1, boom, done.
Do you have to do one?
Nope, you do not.
Well,
What do you guys think about this? Do you understand it?
Yes.
Great, yes.
Practice things.
Maybe.
One and very good.